Hello and a warm welcome to Federal's special program Capital Beat. Amid the ongoing tussle between the India Bloc partners, especially Congress and Aam Aadmi Party in the Delhi Assembly elections, today Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah has spoken against the India alliance. He says that there has been no meeting, there is no clarity on the leadership, on the agenda, and if that is the situation, then wind up India alliance. And this comes just a day after when RJD leader Tejashwi Yadav was in Buxar, and where he said that India alliance was only an arrangement for the Lok Sabha elections. Now, Delhi elections almost has become a launching pad for cornering Congress. Now, you see, Tejashwi Yadav, Omar Abdullah have already spoken. Mamta Banerjee also had flexed her muscles, and Aam Aadmi Party has also begun speaking against Congress. So, where is India alliance headed to? And as Omar Abdullah has said, then wind up India alliance. Does it look likely? Joining me now is Javed Ansari, senior journalist and political commentator. Thank you so much, Javed, for joining. We have Girish Joshi, senior journalist and political commentator. Thank you so much, Girish, for joining. And I'll begin with Javed. Javed, Omar Abdullah's very strong words coming there. Then wind up India alliance if there is no clarity on the leadership and the agenda. How would you really see this statement? Is it a pressure tactics on the Congress, or are they really miffed about the fact that the India alliance almost looks like in a complete disarray?
Well, it's a bit of both. The truth lies somewhere in between. The fact is that the alliance partners, for one, let me begin by saying I am not in the least surprised by what is happening. It's happened in the past as well when different political parties have come together with a single agenda, that is to remove the incumbent from power. And now that mission has failed, that was the only glue. Anti-Modiism, or to remove Modi from power, is the glue that held these people together. And now that glue is missing. So what is happening is not totally unnatural. Two, there is absolutely no denying the fact that most of the constituents are unhappy with the Congress, miffed with the Congress, because they believe they have multiple complaints. One, that the Congress is inactive. They're not providing they've assumed the leadership, but they're not providing leadership. They're not providing a sense of direction. After the elections, even during the elections, I mean, it was a very loosely structured, there were no joint meetings, nothing. This was an alliance largely only in name. And now they believe post the elections, post the defeat, which in my view was a missed opportunity, but that's a different issue. Post the June results, the India alliance has just become moribund. They've done nothing. There's been no meeting. There's been no movement forward. There's no joint strategy on what to do, what not to do. And the other thing, the elephant in the room, is the Congress party's attitude. Most of the constituents feel that the Congress punches way above its weight. It flexes its muscles, demands, and contests far larger number of seats than it can actually deliver. Case in point being Bihar, case in point being Uttar Pradesh, case in point being Maharashtra. The Congress expects its allies to provide space for it, to help it regain some of the ground in the states, but the Congress is not willing to share seats as far as its own strongholds are concerned. And that's why, were the Congress party, the Congress contested 70 odd seats in Bihar. If they had won even half of them, or say 30 of them, or 25 of them, they would have had something to crow about. But nothing. In fact, a lot of people believe that it's the Congress which pulled the alliance down, and it's because of the Congress party's underperformance or disastrous performance that the alliance, the Tejashwi-led alliance, couldn't come to power, and Mr. Nitish Kumar came back to power. So that being the case, Omar Abdullah has a very good personal relationship with the Gandhis, with Rahul. Even he is miffed because during the last J&K elections, the Congress only concentrated in the valley. He kept repeatedly calling the Gandhis, saying, please concentrate on Jammu. That's where the battle is. If we can win some seats there, we will reduce the BJP further. But these people just kept concentrating in the valley. So he's met and he believes that not much is happening. So he's not the only one. Sharad Pawar, there is talk that Sharad Pawar's party might join the merge with Ajit Pawar and then eventually join the NDA. Then Mamta Banerjee, we all know, is at loggerheads. So what will be left? Although Tejashwi has, there is a bit of a silver lining in Tejashwi's statement. He says, ours is an old alliance. He means the Congress and the RJD alliance, and Bihar is the old alliance. But to what avail? But to what avail? Because, at the national level, and come 2027, or you see there'll be mumblings again. We must get together. It's hatana hai, girana hai, and then they'll get together. There'll be meetings and conclaves, and they'll come together. But the public, their credibility amongst the public is very low. People just believe this is an opportunistic alliance. They have no agenda. They have no vision, alternate vision. And their only agenda is to unseat Mr. Modi, and that's why they face the kind of results they do when it comes to national elections. So this, in my view, is this, and I certainly believe that the wheels are coming off the India alliance, and if the Congress doesn't do something in a hurry after that, then it will be very difficult. Another problem with the alliance is that everybody says sacrifice. We should sacrifice, and we should sacrifice our own interest. And but when they say sacrifice, they mean that everybody, barring me, should sacrifice. Each political party wants the other to sacrifice itself. The regional
Yeah.
parties will not give you any space in the states. The Congress party doesn't want to give anybody else. So that's where it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Girish, what is your assumption? Do you also see the wheels coming off the India alliance, as what just Javed said? Or do you think that the things really don't look very bright as far as India alliance is concerned, and days are not far that this shop would be shut soon? And as what Omar Abdullah said in very clear terms, that wind up this alliance if you have nothing to offer.
Nilu, we are putting the assumptions after the reports coming. If you see who has reported this story, it's India Today, the Hindu, Hindustan Times, and ABP. What exactly does that mean? Just now I was hearing to ABP News, he was taking that interview of Shakil Ahmed Khan. He never spoke in that language. He told that even in December, when Omar Abdullah, Tejashwi had said that जिसकी जितनी ज़्यादा ताकत होगी वो उधर वो बड़ा भाई होगा. So this was an understanding. Secondly, now this is not a conventional war. This is a guerrilla warfare. If you open your cards, what happened in Maharashtra? If you go to take BJP or 1-to-1, you are definitely going to defeat, because now there is a third factor working in the election, that is election commissioner. So if you have two people, it will be easy to kill the goose. It will be a sitting duck. So let everybody go and take their own piece of pie. Even when the people are confused, you give them more options. That is better way to fight an election. I give you some other point of view, because I don't think that only BJP has got best of the brains who can arrange for what political. Yes, miscalculations did happen with Sharad Pawar, but then it is very evident that this is not the election of the people this time. All the mischief done by election commissioner, and if he's promising to pay, what is the option left with the opposition? Even if they go together, I think it's a wise enough that now this game should not be 1-to-1. You should even confuse the people and even confuse the election commissioner. If you see recently, this fellow, he has just put on program that how it was sabotaged. He has brought out the people, 50,000 people name are missing. They are very much there. So if these types of games are going on, your taking on political perceptions is not going to work out. You will have to even have some different game to be played. This is what I understand, that only Bajap and Congress, if they are standing, and in December also, Omar Abdullah had also at that time said that, see, being BJP and Congress are having a national footing, so definitely they should take the lead. But even Sharad Pawar and Nitish, everybody at that time said that being Mamta, very senior person, should be given the lead, when there was no word on that. So what was happening? Were they doubtful of Mamta that her nephew is in the clutches of ED, so probably she may sabotage the game. So there are a lot of confusions. So if we keep on looking at the perspective with the people sincerely going and voting and everything comes in a very good air, that is not that this time it's very difficult. If they declare that they're all together, it will be an easy target for them to shoot. So I don't think this, because every party is not going to do this. They will also have to work out a
No, but
strategy.
are you saying that this is a deliberate game which is being played by the India Alliance, which probably is an intelligent game to give a perception that, look, they are all separate, they are not united, but they have some other game up their sleeve?
It's very easy mathematics, 1-to-1. Either they have to vote number 1 or vote number 2 when it is 1-to-1. Now they will have 6 options. How many people are they inculcating? Who is going and giving and vote? So definitely the confusion, as Bajap normally creates confusion between the voters, the same thing these people will have to do. I don't know whether they are following this, but I would feel that they should do this. You should confuse the people, and even the election commissioner, how they are going to do it. Where are they going to delete the names? How much are they working? Because if they are separate, this time what has happened that, as you see, NCP people had gone, they had confused with the symbol, and that was the advantage they got. So this time they don't want to get them confused within the symbols. They want to say, okay, hamara local aadmi khada hai, they know, and let them see. They will have to decide whether I'll go with Congress or percentage advantage BJP will definitely have, but then there is no other choice. Unless you correct the whole election system, you will definitely have to have some different games to play. I don't think, because election is not absolutely fair. So you will have to work out. Even I think what Bihar is planning, unless you don't have states in your hand, you will never win against BJP, take it from you. Why they were so desperate to have Maharashtra? Because they can have election. The lady interview that he has taken, 8 o'clock lady says that we were sitting and 2,000 forms had come and we had to load them by 10 o'clock. They were all bogus votes. And what they said that we have to discuss. So this is what will happen. If the administration is not with them, it is very difficult. So as they are desperate to take over the states, these people should be desperate to handle the situation in the administrative metros.
Right, but coming to Delhi, because Delhi assembly elections, Javed, is the main trigger by which Ajay Makan started off by calling Arvind Kejriwal an anti-national. Then he had to cancel a press conference where he didn't have too many documents to show. And after that, all the leaders have started speaking in support of Kejriwal, whether it is Samajwadi Party, whether it is Trinamool Congress. And everybody seems to be cornering Congress for the simple reason that Congress is in a direct fight with the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi. So this game of creating confusion, what Girish was talking about, how does the Delhi scene look like? And I'm sure Aam Aadmi Party and Congress are not hoodwinking each other. They are in a serious contest in Delhi. So how will this India alliance flare up now, and post Delhi especially? Where do you see this India alliance?
My abundant respect and affection for Girish ji notwithstanding, I must state that I do not agree with his analysis. There is no method to this madness. What is happening is natural, and it's a culmination of the rumblings that have existed from soon after the elections. What is happening in Delhi is that the Congress is being seen as a vote katwa party, as a party which is just contesting to eat into the votes of the Aam Aadmi Party. The Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress managed against all odds to stitch together an alliance in the Lok Sabha, but it just didn't work on the ground. There was no cohesion. There was no unity amongst the workers. Nothing. It just didn't come about. So they came a cropper, BJP 170. So both sides, I'm not saying it's just the Congress to blame for what is happening in Delhi. Even the Aam Aadmi Party believes that the Congress is an excess baggage. Congress doesn't bring too much to the table, and therefore there is no point. And then the Congress will come and demand a large number of seats. There is no point in giving that, because it's the Congress which is to gain, the Aam Aadmi will not. The Aam Aadmi's assumption is that the Congress party is banking on the votes of the minorities and the Dalits. And they believe that and Aam Aadmi party has already been campaigning for the last several months. They believe that by launching a high voltage campaign, by making it a BJP versus Aam Aadmi fight, the Congress will in the natural process be squeezed out, because all those who want to defeat the BJP will not want to vote. Not want to waste their vote on a third party. whether it is the Congress or anybody else. As far as the Samajwadi Party, the Shiv Sena, Uddhav, Mamata Banerjee, all these, it's a fallout. All of them have a bone to pick with the Congress. They believe that the Congress tries to eat into
Javi,
their.
that, I mean, just taking from what you've said, that if Congress is going to be relegated to the third position in Delhi, then I'm just wondering, in what role will Congress be then in India alliance? Which means that if Aam Aadmi Party wins by whatever majority a slimmer majority than what they got last time, but post Delhi elections, do you really see Congress emerging in a leadership role within the
They will
India
be
alliance?
under tremendous pressure.
Yeah,
I will not be too surprised if the India alliance comes apart. Or first, there will be again, all these allies will mount a huge campaign to install Mamata Banerjee or somebody else as the leader of the India alliance. If that doesn't happen, then the Congress will be out on a limb, and the other parties may hang together. But even if all the parties band together, it's not going to make a difference. How will Uddhav Thackeray help uh, Akhilesh Yadav in UP, or Mamata Banerjee in Bengal, or
right,
Tejashwi Yadav there? Similarly, how will Mr. Kejriwal help Mamata Banerjee except for the optics? It's the Congress which has the
right.
pan India footprint. And if that gets weakened, and there's nobody to blame for it but the Congress itself. So if that gets weakened, the whole edifice, this whole plank will have to go. My own profit, I hope I'm wrong, but as I see things going forward, after a while, this India alliance will implode. And then in the middle of 2027, or maybe towards the end of 2027, then they'll say, we must get together, we must defeat BJP, that they're about dictatorial, they're this, they're that. A host of issues will come up, and then they will again try and cobble up some kind of a front and try and put up a fight against the BJP. But how much of weightage, how much of
Absolutely.
conviction will it carry with the people? Because these experiments have been tried and failed. So the India Alliance constituents, the Congress party, because it's the largest party there, the Congress party, and all the other constituents must bear this in mind, because their loss will be collective. Nothing on the ground has changed. The ground reality is that there is no political party in the country at the moment which on its own can take on the BJP at the center. The only way they can hope, and I'm underlining hope, they can hope of putting up a fight at the center is if they all band together. And if they want to commit collective suicide, good luck to them.
Okay, so Girish, what would you really say towards the end? I mean, do you see the possibility of India alliance really withering up post Delhi elections? Because the Delhi scene doesn't look very good. And to be honest, Congress is not in a pole position at all in Delhi. And if Congress doesn't do well in Delhi, and as what Javed also pointed out, that Congress will be under tremendous pressure. And if Congress comes under tremendous pressure, then what does it mean eventually post Delhi elections? Will the alliance come off completely?
Girishji, with your permission, if the Congress does well in Delhi, it would be the death knell of the Aam Aadmi
Yeah.
Party. The number of
Yeah.
seats, if the Congress wins 10 seats, whatever votes Congress gets, they will be eating into the share of the Aam Aadmi Party. It will be at the
Absolutely.
cost of the Aam Aadmi Party. The Aam Aadmi Party has to win at least 50 or more seats to run a stable government. Even with 45 seats, they might be technically in majority, but they won't be allowed to function. It will be in 6 months' time, Operation Lotus will be put into operation, and that will be the end of it.
No, and already there are allegations that apparently BJP and Congress discreetly are working together, and all sorts of allegations are coming up. But yes, coming to that question, Girish, to you.
No, as sir said, I was basically referring to Bihar, not to Delhi. I think Delhi should be definitely handed over to BJP. If I don't see the revenge, what they did in Punjab, they supported up indirectly just to keep Congress out. So if then they can give a platter where because they had no say in Punjab. BJP had no say in Punjab. So I think it is better, if there is nothing wrong, if they have planned out that let the BJP, it's not a full state. What are they going to do there? So definitely if there is a moment to take a revenge, they should take it. There is nothing wrong in that. After all, when if they want Delhi, and the biggest thing is that when they are able to manage the games that they have played, it is now on record that how many people from the voter list have been removed, how many duplicate voters have been inducted. So their game plan is very clear. Why not give away the state to them? Then let us see what happens. What was the difference? Because how much reliable is AAP, I don't know. In Gujarat, he was the biggest vote getter. Last election in assembly, Congress lost badly only because of AAP. It was 51 versus 49% of votes with BJP and Congress. Had AAP not been there, it would not have been divided into 50%. And the game would have been very clear. We had anticipated 90 seats for BJP, not more than that. But suddenly AAP comes in and he helps them to win. So if this is the same thing, if they are trying to do that, I don't think there is any wrong in politics if they say that, okay, let BJP go in for, even what he's saying, Kejriwal, if they are trying to say, Sir has rightly said, whosoever wins, ultimately answerable, BJP will be into a doldrum. If Congress wins or AAP wins. But national perspective will be different because they have regularly said that hamara jo Gathbandhan tha, that was for Lok Sabha to keep out. Okay. So now whether they are going to plan after 4 years, that is different thing. And states definitely, as he rightly said, that what is the help of Uddhav Thackeray in Bihar or what Tejashwi will help Uddhav Thackeray in Maharashtra. So definitely if there is some other planning, we will have to wait and watch.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so interesting there. But yes, strong statements coming from Omar Abdullah and Tejashwi Yadav. And Omar Abdullah has gone to the extent of saying, wind up India alliance if nothing is really happening. And he was talking purely in terms of the leadership, the agenda, and the cohesion of the India alliance. So we'll have to wait and watch how things unfold. Thank you so much, Javed Ansari. Thank you so much, Girish, for coming on the program. And one appeal to the viewers who are watching this discussion, subscribe to our channel, send us a feedback, and stay tuned to the Federal.